In the last video, we discussed how a reciprocal relationship begins with respect. Today we're going to continue this New Year topic by discussing two vital elements that grow from respect, and that's trust and reliability. Think back to a moment when someone proved themselves to be truly trustworthy in your life. Maybe it was a friend who kept a confidence during a difficult time, a partner who showed up exactly when you needed them, or a family member who consistently honored their commitments to you. How did that reliability make you feel? Safe? Secure? Valued? On the flip side, perhaps you've experienced the pain of broken trust, when words didn't match actions, when promises were left unfulfilled, or when reliability crumbled under pressure. Sisters, you well know, like me, that these experiences not only shape how we view relationships, but these experiences often influence our ability to trust again. Today, we'll explore how trust and reliability naturally emerge from the respectful foundations we discussed last time. We'll look at what true trustworthiness looks like in action, not just in grand gestures, but in the small, daily choices that build lasting trust over time. Whether you're nurturing a new relationship or strengthening an existing one, understanding the delicate interplay between respect, trust, and reliability is crucial for creating partnerships that stand the test of time. Now let's begin. Sisters, let's understand how respect blossoms into trust. It's like preparing soil for a garden. Without rich, nurturing soil, even the strongest seeds can't take root. That's how it is with trust. When someone consistently shows us respect, they're creating fertile ground where trust can grow. Think about it. When a partner respects your boundaries, listens to your concerns without dismissing them, and honors your decisions, doesn't it make you feel safer, opening your heart to trust? When they respect your time by being punctual, your privacy by keeping confidences, and your independence by supporting your goals, these consistent acts of respect create the safety that allows trust to bloom. In our romantic relationships, this journey from respect to trust is especially delicate. When a man consistently shows respect through his actions, maybe by including you in important decisions, valuing your opinion, or supporting your dreams without trying to dim your light, trust begins to flourish. In our family relationships, respect often lays the groundwork for generational trust. When parents respect their children's unique paths, while maintaining loving boundaries, children learn to trust not only their parents, but their own judgment too. One of our sisters, a mother of 3, told me how respecting her teenage daughter's different views on tradition, while gently sharing her own wisdom, actually strengthened their trust bond, rather than weakening it. In friendships, trust grows from consistent acts of respect by keeping confidences, honoring boundaries, and showing up when needed. Like that friend who respects you enough to tell you hard truths with kindness, or who remembers your food allergies without being reminded. Sisters, these small acts of respect build lasting trust. And sisters, when it comes to our professional lives, respect is the cornerstone of trust building. Whether you're running a small market stall or leading a corporate team, when colleagues respect your expertise, value your contribution, and honor their commitments to you, professional trust naturally follows. But dear ones, know that trust isn't built overnight. It grows slowly, nourished by daily acts of respect that makes us feel safe. Many of us have been hurt before, and our ability to trust might need gentle healing. I've been there myself, so I can honestly tell you that taking time is okay. Take the time you need, but start with requiring respect as your non-negotiable foundation, and let trust develop from there, at its own pace. Next, dears, I want to have a heart-to-heart conversation about something we all need to understand deeply, and that's how to recognize genuine trustworthiness in our relationships, distinguishing it from empty promises. Many of us have learned this lesson through heartache and disappointment, walking paths that weren't always smooth. But maybe I can offer you a small bit of wisdom that might help you see the signs more clearly and a lot earlier in your relationships. To begin, sisters, know that true trustworthiness isn't about grand declarations or beautiful words, rather it's all about consistent actions, even in small moments. It's like my grandmother used to say, watch what people do when they think no one is looking. That's where true character shows itself. A lack of trustworthiness also shows itself in the form of red flags that often wave at us, even though we sometimes wish not to see them. A red flag is waving when words and actions don't align, like someone who repeatedly says "I'll be there," but consistently shows up late, or not at all. Or promises to help with the children, but always has an excuse when the time comes. These patterns tell us something important about reliability. Watch carefully how they handle your vulnerabilities. If you share something personal, do they keep it private, or does it become gossip? If you express a fear or insecurity, do they later use it against you during an argument? True trustworthiness means treating your heart with gentle care, not using your vulnerabilities as a weapon against you. Then pay attention to how they act under pressure. Do they take responsibility for their mistakes, or do they blame others? Do they disappear when things get difficult, or do they stay and work through challenges? Dears, trustworthiness and reliability reveals itself in challenging times, through either character or a lack of character. Dears, recognize that there are those who practice convenient trustworthiness. That's when a person is reliable only when it benefits them, or when others are watching. True trustworthiness remains constant, whether in public or private, whether convenient or challenging. Sisters, it's about this one simple truth, and that's, words are easy, actions take effort. When someone is constantly telling you to trust them, but their actions tell a different story, believe the actions. As one sister in our community shared, "I finally understood trustworthiness when I met someone who didn't need to convince me to trust them. They simply proved their trustworthiness, day after day, through consistent actions." Remember, dears, identifying trustworthiness isn't about being suspicious or closed off, it's about being wisely observant. It's about protecting your heart, while remaining open to genuine connections. It's about having the courage to see things as they are, not as we wish them to be. Sweet dears, it's about seeing a flag waving, and accepting the fact that it's a red flag, not explaining it away, or coloring it a different shade, to make it more comfortable to look at. It's about loving ourselves enough to acknowledge what our instincts are telling us, what patterns we're noticing, and what behaviors are showing up consistently. Because here's the truth, sisters. When we ignore these signs, when we try to rationalize away the red flags, we're not just dismissing our intuition, we're teaching others that they don't need to be trustworthy to keep us in their lives. We're showing them that their words matter more than their actions, and that their promises mean more than their behavior patterns. Sisters, you deserve relationships built on solid ground, whether with a partner, family member, friend, or colleague. You deserve people who prove their trustworthiness through consistent actions, not just convincing words. And most importantly, you deserve to trust your own judgment when it tells you something isn't right. Dear ones, as we close today's discussion on trust and reliability, remember that your experiences, your intuition, and your observations are valid guides on this journey. We began with respect as our foundation last time, and today we've seen how that respect nurtures the growth of trust and reliability in all our relationships. Take these insights with you, watching for those consistent actions that build trust. Pay attention to the patterns that speak louder than words, and most importantly, trust your own wisdom when it speaks to you about who and what you can trust. Stay strong, stay wise, and keep nurturing those relationships that prove worthy of your trust.